Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mahsa and I'm gonna put this down because it's super hot and I just burned my hand, but it is my favourite time of the year and it's a lot of people's favourite time of the year, and that is a Magical Readathon month. So if you're new here or you haven't heard of Magical Readathon before, it is this gorgeous readathon hosted by G over at Book Roast, and I will link her down below and I'll link the videos that explain everything down below. It's basically an RPG style readathon and it's super fun. You get to build your character and it's a magical school setting, so you're studying different things and you can basically invest as much into it as you want or as little into it as you want, and I am in the invest very little into it category, and I basically use it as a really fun readathon to do twice a year. It takes place during the spring equinox and the autumn equinox, I believe, if I'm not wrong. And this year it is taking place during April for the spring equinox. And we are just going to ignore the fact that I'm doing this TBR for the Magical Readathon in mid-April. And I've got like 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks tops to go. Yeah, we're just gonna ignore that and hope for the best. And yeah, hopefully I can get everything read. I'm laughing because I'm so stressed out, because why have I done this to myself? But I didn't want to miss out, and even though it is midway through the month, I just thought, you know what? I'll make the TBR list, I will give it a good go, and hopefully we will get some books read and we will enjoy them, which is kind of like the main thing that we want from this. Okay, so let's get into this TBR. Like I said, I tend to do the minimal effort version of this readathon, and that means that I just pick a career path that I want to study for, and then I will do the TBR and that's it. I don't really do the character, I don't keep track of progression or anything like that. I just like my career path and then I pick the books, and that's how I do it, but you can do it differently if you wish to. So the career that I tend to go for is Star Whisperer, and I think I'm gonna stick with it because if there's gonna be a career path that, you know, feels right in my soul, it is Star Whisperer. And if I'm looking over here, it's because I've got the whole syllabus on my laptop and that's what I'm using. So the first thing that we need to study is the Art of Illusion, and the course focus for that is distance manipulation, and the prompt is a book that you already planned on reading this month. And I really struggled with this because I didn't know what I already planned on reading this month, and I'm low-key cheating, I guess, a little bit, and I'm doing that because I'd already started a book and I intended to finish it this month, and I feel like that counts. So that book is the Zodiac Academy Ruthless Fate by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, and this is the second book in the series, and it follows two twin girls who basically find out that they are the long lost princesses to this magical world, and they have powers and they're fae and there's vampires and there's a lot of magical things happening, and it's what's described as a bully romance, technically, I believe. There's literally very little romance in the first one. I don't remember if there's much romance in the second one. It's yeah, it's one of those things where I started reading it a little while ago and I don't even know how many books into the series, and then I just stopped, and now I'm just like, I just want to know what happened, but I don't remember any of the things that I've already read. So this is a reread and I'm taking it super slow because sometimes I hate read it where I'm like, I don't like anything that's going on, but I just need to get to the next bit. So yeah, this is a weird one, but we're rereading this series, I guess. So our next subject is astronomy, and the course focus is Lightfall, and for that we are using a colour wheel. Now I already did this, and I will put the clip either this side or this side, I don't really know, but I'll pop the clip in, and we already did this and it landed on purple. And there is a bunch of purple books that I have behind me. Some of them the spines are purple, some's the cover. And I obviously am doing this when I know I don't have a lot of time. So you'll see a recurring theme where I'm tending to go with the shortest books that I can do this with. So for that, we have Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Maurer. I never know how to pronounce her name, I'm very sorry. And this is basically what it says on the tin. It is a girl that takes up a job as assistant to the villain because her father's unwell and she's got her younger sister to support. And basically I feel like romance ensues. I don't know too much about this. I know it was everywhere on Book Talk, and I believe the author started out as like a book talker and then she wrote the book, which is like super cool. So I do really want to read this one. And it seems like, well, I think the impression I have is that it's going to be like a chill, easy read, quick to get through, and if it's gonna make me like fall in love with a villain, then I'm all for it. Like, if that's what we're gonna do, then that's what we're gonna do. The next subject that we are studying is inscription, and the course focus is the hook. And basically this is where we read the first sentence on 3 books and then we decide which one we want to go for. So my 3 options are Shatter Me, which is the first book in the Shatter Me series. I know very little about this, but that's because I know it's a super popular YA fantasy series and I don't want to accidentally get spoiled for anything because I know it's super popular, and the less I know about popular books, the less likely I am to connect the spoilers that I see online to the actual book, if you know what I mean. But I believe it's about a girl that has powers of some sort. Okay, so yeah, apparently her touch can kill, and it sounds like it is a dystopian, which, like, I'm a sucker for a YA dystopian, so I kind of want to read this one, but again, we have options. The next option for this is Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin, and this is the second book in the, oh, I've forgotten what the first book was called. Serpent and Dove, it's right up there. So this is the second book in the Serpent and Dove series, and that is about a witch and a witch hunter, and they accidentally sort of end up getting married and they get themselves into a big mess, and then they've got to get themselves out of a big mess. And this is the second book. I can't really tell you much about any of this without spoiling the first book. But again, this was also a super popular series, I believe. The first one was really popular. Some people liked the second one, and then I think everyone said that the third one wasn't great. So I don't know how I feel about that, but I read the first one, I think it was this year or the end of last year. So I'm kind of intrigued to see where it goes, but it's one of those sequels where I wasn't dying to get to it. I was just sort of happy to leave the first book where it was and just get on with my life. So I don't know how I feel. And our third option for this one is Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood, who has been one of my favourite YouTubers for years and years and years. I think like one of the very first videos I did on YouTube asked for your favorite YouTuber, and I think I said Lucy Jane Wood, and that was years ago. So here we are. This is her debut novel and I want to read this, and I just need to find the time to get to it, to be honest. And I know it's more of a cozy fantasy from what I've heard, and I don't think I'm a cozy fantasy gal. I just sometimes with cozy fantasies, I feel like there's nothing happening, there's no action, there's nothing to hook me in, and I get bored. And I know that's terrible, but that's how my brain works. So I desperately want to read this. I want to love it. I want to support Lucy, and like, it's got a cat. Can we see the cat? It has a cat on the sprayed edges, which adorable. But this is also one of the options. I will read it eventually. I just don't know if it's going to be during this readathon. So the 3 options again are Rewitched, Blood and Honey, and the Shatter Me series. And I'm not going to read the first sentences here. I will just do it as I go. I'm thinking of vlogging trying to finish this readathon in the very limited time that I've given myself. So maybe I'll do it during that. Let me know if you want a little reading vlog for this readathon. The next subject that we have is law, and the course focus is the Song of Ages. And for this, you need a book with some sort of musical terminology in the title. So song, dance, lyric, whatever. And for this, I've chosen to destroy my own life and go with the Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This was a super popular book when it came out, which was, how long ago was this? Oh my god, 2011. Okay, so this came out in 2011. I did not know that. But this came out in 2011, and I just remember when I first started going on to Bookstagram and Booktube and things like that, everyone was sort of obsessed with this towards the beginning of the pandemic, I think. But I don't really know what it's about, and I don't want to know what it's about. The only thing that I do know is that anyone that I've seen that's read it has proceeded to like zone out, cry, and have their lives destroyed for like 3 to 7 business days. So that's all I know. I know that there is like some sort of romance in it, and I believe it is a Greek mythology retelling. I want to say it's about Achilles, but I'm honestly not sure if it is about Achilles. But it is some sort of retelling, and I think it's sad. That's all the information I have. It's a retelling, it was really popular, and it's really sad. And I'm sorry if that's not a very good description, but sometimes you just read books because you need a good cry, and this is apparently one of them. And the last subject that we have to study is psionics and divination, and the course focus is, where is it? Psychokinesis? That's what we're going with. And for that, we need a book about witches and the occult and that sort of vibe. And for that, I decided to go lighthearted, okay? I thought, we're gonna be crying, it's just gonna be one of those months. So for that, we are doing A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon by Sarah Hawley. So this is about a girl who's a witch, and she's prophesized to be this super powerful badass witch, and for some reason she prefers to bake cakes and make potions and do like cutesy witchy things instead. And she tries to summon something and somehow ends up summoning a demon, and the demon needs to get her soul. So they both have like hidden agendas, I believe. So he's trying to get her to sign over her soul so that he can be redeemed. So he's just hanging around until she gives him her soul, and they end up being awkward roommates, and it develops into love, and it sounds hilarious and cute, and just like a really nice palette cleanser that is going to be cute and hopefully smutty, because after crying my eyes out, that will probably help. So this is our last book. In theory, we only have 5 books to read this month. However, as the time of filming, it is the 11th of April. This video probably won't go live until sometime between the 13th to the 15th, but currently it is the 11th of April, which means that I have, okay, I've got just shy of 3 weeks to read 5 books, which, when you factor in that I think I've read 7 books since the start of January, is a little bit scary. But we're gonna try and do our best, and hopefully I'll get some of these on audiobook and they'll be quick reads and I will get through them super quick. I'm already halfway through the Zodiac Academy, so hopefully that will be super quick. But yeah, thanks for coming along with me on this wild journey of panic making a TBR and trying to read it in a very short amount of time. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big ol' thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Let me know, are you participating in the Magical Readathon? If so, what book are you looking most forward to reading? Because I don't know, I think for me, I don't know, to be honest. I'm not instantly drawn to any of these books, and I think I am just reading them because they are on the TBR and they fit the prompts. So hopefully I will enjoy them because they are all from my physical TBR, which I'm trying to get down this year. And yeah, let me know what you're most looking forward to reading, and let me know which of these books you think I would like the most. So thanks so much for watching again, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!